SGC here, and we are back for winter. This time, episode 5, titled First of His Name. So let's get it on with King's Landing. Tommen Baratheon is crowned as king. There's just some really interesting throne talk with Cersei and Margaery. It's interesting to see how they're planning out all this future stuff with more weddings and more weddings. It's gonna be like, whoa, what's gonna happen next? And then there's also this Oberyn talk with Xerxes. Like this emotion that I actually feel bad for her, that her daughter's away, and it's like when she's like, give this gift to her, it was just like really touching, and it's like, wow, this Xerxes, maybe she's not that bad after all, but who knows. But anyway, in the Val we have awesome Peter Baelish and Sansa Stark, and we know more about what happened with Jon Arryn as Lysa Arryn confessed what she did, and also more about what's gonna happen with Sansa and Robin. And it's interesting how Lysa is really hot and cold with Sansa, as she knows that Pete loves her currently, but he also loved Catelyn before, so it's like weird. So Lysa is seriously on edge. But it was an interesting thing to see that we're visiting the Vale again. I mean, it was more of a projection of how secure that location is. I don't remember them showing that entrance hallway in terms of where they were all mountain, or not mountains, but ridges, and then there's archers on top, and then Peter and Sansa was walking through. So that was an interesting visual to see. And then we have across the Narrow Sea, Daenerys finds out about Joffrey, and then Jor-El tells her about all the things that are happening in the Narrow Sea, as all the people that she's been freeing has been conquered once again, and it's now what's gonna happen. And Daenerys is just like, well, we're gonna rule Slaver's Bay and not just let them take over once we leave, sort of thing. So it's an interesting character development, as she is just like, this is my test. If I can rule this place, I can totally rule Westeros. So I wonder when they're gonna leave for Westeros. And then onwards we have On the King's Road with Brienne and Podrick. Interesting comedy thing here, and more character development on what Podrick actually did for Tyrion. And it was just nice, and just to see some more emotion and just more drama in terms of just small scale, as in like, oh, we're just trying to get to know each other, rather than this epic, I'm trying to kill you or kill whoever. In the Riverlands we have Arya and the Hound. Arya is doing her reciting the name thing again, and that was some crazy intense moment when she said the Hound. I was like, whoa, you're a badass now. And then she does her dance thing. Interesting. I wonder if she can just keep this up with this whole dance thing, and the Hound obviously knocks her to the ground easily. So I wonder if he'll be nice enough to teach her some moves so he doesn't have to care about her 24/7. Because that episode where he ran after her, I was just like, wow, if she knew how to protect herself, you know, you don't have to like chase after her all the time. Now we're on Beyond the Wall. We'll figure out what happened to Bran's group, and then more about Locke and him setting up the thing. And then Locke shows his face and tries to sneak off with Bran, and Bran uses Hodor. That was some intenseness, and it's just like, whoa, that was crazy. Like, Hodor, extreme strength, and Bran can totally use him. I do wonder how big of a toll it takes on Hodor, because, I mean, getting someone into your head is just pretty intense. And then we also got Jon, who fights, and then that was some crazy intense dagger fight. That was intense, and yeah, it was just fun to see some sword action. Though the beginning of the Craster Keep fight was kind of like edited really badly, but it made up for it when he fought Carl. And also that Ghost is back, so that's cool. And then now we have Craster's Keep being burnt, and the bodies of the dead are being burnt. So Craster's Keep is no longer with us. So that's it for this episode of First of His Name for winter, episode 5. Looking forward to the next episode. The pacing for this one was, I think the pacing for this one was improved compared to previous. A lot more things are happening. I think a lot more things are happening in general with each episode, and I think they're having a really balanced time. I mean, sure, there was this epic fight in the end, but then we have a lot of heart-to-heart stuff, but it's just like them being real people, and I really like that, because, I mean, you can only be entertaining as being pure evil for so long. Because, I mean, if we don't go back to Melisandre, because I swear Melisandre, every scene she's in is just like this woman is nuts, and it's just dark, dark, dark. But anyway, this is it for Winter, and that's it. Anything to say, write it down below and get back to you as soon as possible. That's all.